You're watching the TheMvegastyle, and today I have Windows tips for you. As a matter of fact, I have a total of 8 of them. And today I guarantee that there's going to be more than one that you really do not know about. So make sure to watch all the way. And before we get into the video, make sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe button.
Now, here's a really handy tool, especially if you're working around the clock with different cities, different countries, what have you. And then, of course, if you have family around the world, this is a great tool to use to check on different times so that you're not waking them up or maybe just schedule time with them. So let me show you this. This one is really cool. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and go to search, okay, and type in alarms. If you need to, maybe go ahead and type in more to see alarms and clocks. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And let me scooch this over to the right screen. Now, I can see the time that I'm actually on right now, but if I wanted to, I can go to this plus sign right here and then go ahead and enter a location. So let's say El Paso. All right, so El Paso, Texas, and I just added that. I could do, if I wanted to, let me go ahead and click on the plus sign again. Let me hit United Kingdom. So I'll go with South. I'll go with the bottom one. Okay, so now you can see the difference, right? So I can see that I'm 8 hours ahead, my local time, or wherever I wanted to. I can definitely keep on adding these on here. So if I'm working remotely and trying to help out other people, this is a great tool to use. All right, so the first thing we want to do is take a look at background apps. And the reason I do that is because we use a lot of power when we're using our laptops, and we want to save that power, obviously, when we're out and about. But not only that, you also want to save maybe your data usage, especially since we're home so much now, or a lot of us are anyway, if we're working from home and have people using the internet a lot. So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the Start button. Now, going to the Start button, we'll head off to Settings, okay? And then we'll go to Privacy. From there, go ahead and scroll down, and then you're going to go to Background Apps. Now, from here, this is where you're going to conserve the power. You have let apps run in the background, so you can go ahead and shut it off, okay? And it'll turn off every single app that you have on at that point. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and select each one individually. Now, for me, one of the biggest ones that really is constantly going is my mail and calendar. I get tons of emails, so I could go ahead and turn that off if I wanted to and just go back to it later. So this is definitely one way to save and conserve power. Now, being in video conferencing, I've seen different situations come up. And one of those situations is where you're in a video conference and those notifications pop up. Believe me, I've seen it, even to the point where it's kind of like you met your match on Tinder or something like that. So try to avoid those situations by all means, right? Especially in video conferencing, if you're sharing your screen. You don't want to, you just don't want that to happen. And there's an easy way to take care of that. So let's go ahead and go to your Start button. Go ahead and click on Settings, okay? And then from there, on the top, go ahead and type in Notification, and you should select Notification and Action Settings. Now that I've selected this, I have mine off right now, especially because I'm recording. But the moment I turn this thing on, I'm going to have all those little pop-up windows from emails or websites or whatever I allow to show me information pop up on my screen. But this is how you can do it. So from here, I can completely maybe just turn them all on. Or if I wanted to, I could go ahead and scroll down and just select the ones that I want on or off. Again, this also helps with conserving power. But right now, what I'm going to do is just turn this back off because I still have some work to do. Now, working on a Windows machine, it's really easy to get cluttered. You can have folders open, files open, programs open, etc., etc. You get the point. I want to show you how to kind of clean the slate. And actually pretty quickly and keep one window open. You can do this for a couple different reasons. One of them that I can really think of right off the top of that is maybe you need to get to a file that's just right on the desktop and you want to be able to see it right away. Well, now let's just imagine, okay, you have 3 different windows open. Select the actual window that you want to keep open or the application, and what you do is you click on the top right, okay, click on that taskbar right there, and make sure you hold down on the mouse and go from left to right. That cleans the actual slate from the actual applications. If you want to quickly bring them back up, you can. Do the same thing, click on the taskbar on the top, just go from left to right, and then you have all the applications back up on your screen. Now this next one is a no-brainer, but if you are able to manage your own settings, this is something that you may want to consider, because when you're working and you get this Windows update and you want to postpone it, and sometimes it's too late. You've already gone too far into the updates, or the computer has, and you can't stop it. But if you want to, you can go ahead and go to Start, go ahead and click on Settings, then you're going to go to Update and Security. Now, from there, you can go ahead and select different options. So, pause updates for 7 days, change active hours, view update history, etc. So, the point here is, if you know you are working during a certain time frame and you just want to pause those updates and you still have a chance to, go right here. Trust me, it makes a world of difference and saves you from losing possible work. Now, if you're like me, I use my calendar for everything, whether I'm at work or at home. It's just needed. But what I want to do is I really just want to add an entry without really opening up my calendar per se. I'm going to show you how to do that. So on your desktop, on the bottom right-hand side, you'll see your time clock. Okay, so go ahead and run your mouse down there and click on it. Now, you'll notice that you have your calendar there, but you have a section here that says today, and then a search field, right? Or rather, a field that you can enter data into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the 25th, okay, just to kind of change the dates here. I'm going to go ahead and add an event. So I'll click on TheMvegastyle, or type in TheMvegastyle recording. It's like that. I'll do the time. I'll add my location, and then hit save. Okay. So now my calendar actually is already recorded, my calendar event. To prove that, I'll go ahead and go to my search bar, type in calendar, open it up, and here is my entry. As you can see, my entry was saved, and I literally just saved time. I didn't save time by opening up my calendar right now, but I wanted to show you guys. Now, there's a tool that's been helpful to me for years, and it's called the snipping tool. Now, they changed it up, and it's called Snip and Sketch. There's an easy way to get to this, so you don't have to click all these different buttons. What you have to do, though, is you have to click on Windows, Shift, and S, then you get the screen. Let me show you what pops up on that screen.
Now, when you press the Windows, Shift, and S button, man, that's a tongue twister if you ever ask me, you get the Snip and Sketch tool up here. So if you have never used it before, you can do rectangular snips, you can do free form and what have you. And basically what you do is you take an area, right? You select an area, you let go, and then it takes a picture or snip of that image.
Now, let me ask you, have you ever wanted a shortcut just to shut down immediately? Well, there is a way to do that. So let me show you. Go over to your desktop, right-click on it, and then click on New. From there, what you're going to do is select Shortcut. Now, what you're going to do is use this, all right? You're going to use this path right here, and you're going to paste it into here. Just type it exactly like this, and hit Next. Now, you can rename this shortcut if you want, but this is called Slide to Shutdown. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Finish. And then I'm going to move my camera so that I can show you on my main screen exactly what that does when I hit, or when I double click on Slide to Shutdown.
All right, so I have my Slide to Shutdown shortcut that I created right there. It's a little bit hard to see on my screen right now, but I'm going to go ahead and double click this, okay? So once I double click this, take a look. So what's cool about this now is I can just go ahead and slide all the way down if I wanted to, or maybe if I said, nope, I'm not gonna do that, I can stop my action right there, but you can literally shut down your machine.
And with that, that is my Windows tips for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a like, make sure to visit my social links, and till next time, I'll see you, TheMvegastyle.